What's up guys, it's Clext here, and today we're going to be going over some tips on how to have better communication in COD competitive. Before we get right into the advice, I want to say, I've never really said this at the beginning of the video, but leave a like, man. It really helps with the channel's growth. Anyways, let's get started. I believe that communication in pretty much any esports game is one of the most important things. Without it, your teamwork just won't be good. In COD, aiming is pretty easy, all that kind of stuff is pretty easy. Positioning is what matters most. So if you have good communication, you know where to go most of the time. So let's get into the tips. Start off, we're not going to really talk about you calling out and all that kind of stuff. I want to go ahead and express how important it is to focus on listening well. And mixed in with that, you have to make sure that the comms are being heard from everybody. I'm sure we've watched the CDL. Sometimes a team's comms just sound like birds and Nemo and shit. So we really want to make sure that everybody is being heard, and also that you are listening very well. There's been tons of times, I'm sure, that you've played and also watching pros play where it comes down to the communication being misunderstood or not being heard, and then a play is made, and if somebody just communicated better or if somebody listened better, perhaps that bad play wouldn't have happened. Now we're going to get into what I want you to focus on communicating. There are a couple of things. You want to communicate as to what you're doing, possibly what you want your teammates to do. So those are some actions in the communication as well. And then of course, enemies that you see as well. You want to go ahead, and we've said this multiple times on the channel, narrow down everybody's gamer tags for each wave of your enemy spawns. I don't care if they're like, you don't play against them a lot or whatever have you. Get their gamer tags down, because if you don't, then there is a chance that somebody could be flanking, somebody could be pinching, and you're not aware of it, and they got an easy two-piece or whatever. If you don't want to use the gamer tags, then go, okay, one down, other one here, okay, where's that third guy? All right, last one, boom. This will help you narrow down where each of the enemies are more easily. Now, keep good vibes at all times. I don't want you shitting on people in the middle of the map. If you want to shit on somebody, tell them after the map, like, bro, you're fucking dog shit, get good, whatever, but don't say it in the middle, because that's going to make people play worse, and it's just chalked from there. So keep up good vibes. One of the biggest pieces of advice I'm going to give in this video is right here, so listen up. I would say to decide on an in-game leader so your team can make calls easier. This person needs to determine what's possible to do as a team, but also be aware of what is dangerous to pull off strategy-wise. I recommend checking out my video on how to be a better in-game leader if you're interested in becoming one. And also, side note, if you want to be an IGL, I would recommend that you think you know a lot about the game yet. You're not a beginner. I don't think an IGL would be good if it was a beginner or intermediate player. I would say a more advanced player is suited for that role. So yeah, if you're playing, with a foreign league, play scrims, whatever, decide on the IGL so this person can make the calls and you're not all confused on what to do, because people are all deciding on like 3 different things to pull off in the middle of the map, So moving on, I would say to try to communicate like Optic Chicago. You could pull up a match and eventually they'll probably show the comms from Optic Chicago. Another recommendation, perhaps you could watch the flank. They usually listen into the listen-ins when they're going over a match. So there's that. Definitely try to communicate like Optic, because their communication is out of this world. Everybody's being listened to, and most of the time Formal's being the IGL, sort of. To get your reps in, just getting used to the callouts, all that kind of stuff, I would recommend play 8s occasionally, and also league play if you got a full squad going. If you got a guy one shot, and it is pretty frustrating, he died and he almost died, whatever. Don't just say, oh, guy, one shot. Be like, hey, one shot, top laundry, and don't be down and out. We're talking about having like a negative reaction to anything. Do not. Freaking, like, I know Minnesota Rocker didn't come back in a game mode, but those guys came back 0-4 and down in the finals, dude. You need to have that same mindset if you want to do some shit like that. If you want to go pro, don't be down and out when the game isn't over yet. Always believe that you can pull it off and be as positive as possible. And yeah, just let everybody know, gas your teammates up, tell them like, hey, we got this shit, whatever, and don't give up when shit isn't over. You can always come back, even if it's 249 to like freaking 30 in hardpoint. Technically, it is still possible to come back, so yeah, it might be almost impossible, but it's still possible. My callout series will lay down the foundation of callouts, and from there, watch scrims, play league play 8s, and boom, you should know all the callouts from there. And also, you know, watch the CDL. The casters bring up callouts occasionally, but especially when you go into those listen-ins, focus, man, because those guys are obviously using callouts like crazy, so that's how you get your reps in and learn them. Like I said, my callout series will lay down the foundation. Playlist in my channel somewhere, you can find it pretty easily. And dude, gas up your teammates. Like I do this a lot. You could even catch it in my stream videos that I did playing with some of my viewers. Like I was gassing them up. I was like, good shit, and I was getting gassed up too sometimes, and I felt really good after that, and it made me want to play better and all that kind of stuff. Gas up your teammates. It can never be a negative thing. Every team sort of has a different communication style, right? So play with your teammates a lot to build yours. Scrims, league play, 8s. Get that time and build good chemistry with your teammates. And you could also play other games with your teammates, like play FPS games. When Halo comes out, play Halo with them. When there's Splitgate right now on console and crossplay, it's a pretty fun game. Like play that with them, like other FPS games, or you can play like freaking Minecraft, I don't know, Fortnite. Maybe talk about TV show shit together, watch sports together. You guys like a similar sport, talk about it. Build chemistry with your teammates, and your communication will be better, your gameplay will be better, all that kind of stuff, because these guys are now more than your teammates, or your friends, and you want to win with your friends, right? And you want to have fun, right? When you played Call of Duty, it was because it was fun. So build that positive environment, get good chemistry with your teammates, and it's going to be a lot more fun to practice, and therefore you're going to get more hours in, and you're going to get a lot better at competitive Call of Duty because you're playing a shit ton. So yeah, alright guys, that's going to be pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said at the beginning of the video, leave a like. It really helps out with the channel, and also subscribe if you haven't already. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers, which is pretty crazy. With this video, I think I have 60 videos uploaded, so yeah, I'm really grateful for the fast growth I've seen on this channel. Took a little break, to be honest, and now I'm feeling refreshed, and I'm feeling like I'm going to be pushing out more content. Link in the description to join my competitive Call of Duty Discord, where we now have over 150 people that are looking for team scrims, people to play league play with, 8s, all that kind of stuff. Join there, and yeah, follow me on Twitter too, and that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching the video. As always, it's been Clext, and I'm out. Peace.